Recently, I've seen Robot Dreams, which is an animated film nominated for an Oscar this year, which is about a dog named Dog and a robot named Robot who becomes friends, and it's simple as that. IMDb describes this movie as the adventures and misfortunes of Dog and Robot in the New York City during the 1980s. And it is as simple as that. This movie is extremely simple, but wonderful. The animation, I think, is very simplistic, but it doesn't need to be this overcomplicated stuff, and it's not too simple. It shows just enough. It has enough detail in the surroundings that you get what it's going for, and the film is very simplistic, with the characters just being called Dog and Robot, and then you also have other characters like Chicken, Duck, Pig, I think, maybe, and Pig here. A key thing about this movie is it's non-verbal. There is not a single line of dialogue in this film. You might think that makes it, oh, I'm not going to be able to understand, but really, that makes it super easy to understand. This film is a Spanish-French production. I mean, it's set in America, but it's originally a Spanish-French production, and I mean, you might not want to go and see it because maybe you're going to have to watch the subtitles, but you don't need to because it doesn't have any single dialogue in. What it does have is music, with, of course, lyrics spoken, and the music, the needle drops in this film is so amazingly placed and is so amazingly utilized as a story motif that makes the film just 10 times better, I think. And now, whenever I listen to that song, or the songs in this movie, I will think of Robot and Dog, and the times that they spent to each other. This film focuses on mainly the friendship between Robot and Dog, and then it shows that how their relationship, but then also shows how they can be separated. And when they're separated, how much they actually need one another, how much they are so good with one another. And then it becomes sort of tragic. It does get a bit emotional, but then you see how they're dependable on one another, and Dog needs Robot and Robot needs Dog. And you get on and you see that then they sort of drift apart, but really they remember each other, and that's the thing. It all talks about how you will have friendships, but once you won't have the friendships anymore, you will then have to move on. But it's better to remember than to forget. And the way that movie portrays it, it's better than I think any other animated film does. Another film this year is Elemental, which, I mean, I thought was a very weird film. It does have the theme of immigration. It's not an allegory for anything. It's a very direct theme of immigration and discrimination. And I think this movie, they're two different themes, two different art styles, and definitely two different films. But I think this film definitely shows the story, the theme of it, in a much more clearer way, in a much more impactful way than I think Elemental does. Where Elemental sort of puts in your face, well, Robot Dreams sort of you can clearly see it, but it's like more of that you remember it more and you enjoy it, since you enjoy the film. And I think that's a key part in this film. You enjoy it. If you haven't heard, I love this film. I'm giving this a 5 out of 5 stars. This might be a bit high for this film because it's extremely simplistic, but I do not care. I get to do what I want. I love this film. Please go and watch this. This is nominated for an Oscar, and I do think this deserves Best Animated Feature, even though I do think Boy and the Heron or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse should get it. If this won, I would be equally as happy. Even more happy, because I love this film. I think this might be the best animated feature of the year. Even though Boy and the Heron Across Spider-Man, I truly love both of those films. If I just had to rank them, I'll put this at the top because I just had so much fun watching this. And please go and watch this. That's all I ask. Anyways, that's it from me, and I'll see you in another video. Have a great day.